Hello. So, when was it? A couple of days ago. Um, so yesterday, Star Wars dropped the official trailer, so not the teaser trailer, but an actual 2 minute long trailer for the new the Clone Wars. Clone Wars was the animated series they made in what I think 2007 or 8. I think the movie was released and the series followed. Lasted about 5 seasons, if I remember correctly. Mostly finished season. Um, and then it was cancelled shortly, I think, around the time we just bought Star Wars sequel to um, the Clone Wars was Star Wars Rebels. Um, but I guess taking the full advantage of Disney Plus and the ability to really stream content on their own channel and more original content, they're producing one final series of the Clone Wars, and I think from a headline I read of an article I haven't read yet because I want to watch the trailer first. And I like all my reaction videos I go into is completely blind, having not seen the trailer before, so my analysis will be live and on the spot and as I've seen it for the first time. Um, this series is going to be very, very close to the Star Revenge of the Sith, so it's going to tie in very closely what we see happen in final prequel film, much like I think how Clone Wars, the two-dimensional animated series that they made, basically ended right before the opening titles of Sith. But without further ado, we'll go straight into watching this trailer.
Soon, the galaxy will be remade. The Jedi and the Republic will die.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi.
Great care we must take.
Why would anyone walk away from being a Jedi? We were trained to be keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
We clones have mixed feelings about the war. Without it, we wouldn't exist.
All part of the plan. The plan. Everything is about to change. Every choice made has led to this.
So there's some interesting parts there. I can't for the life of me remember because I finished watching um, the parts of Clone Wars I hadn't about a year or so ago. I think I watched it kind of probably after The Force Awakens was released. I think I was like, oh wait, I haven't actually finished the Clone Wars. Probably watching that. I think I kind of binge off season time. But one of the arcs of the last series was on Mandalorian. I was on Mandalore, and I think characters who we had saw there who fled. Um, uh, so and she's in it quite prominently. So I guess a lot of the action returns to Mandalore. which makes sense because we also see Maul and the last time we saw Maul in the Clone Wars. Now, okay, I haven't for context, I haven't seen Rebels, but I obviously know the big Maul thing that happens in Rebels. I've not seen it, and I've tried as much to kind of avoid the details of how that actually happens. But I do know where his arc, or at least where he finishes, in a sense. I guess that was. I try to avoid saying spoilers, and I think I just didn't spoil it, but whatever, you're watching it. So last time we saw Maul, anyway, he was captured on Mandalore by Sidious. There is some, I think, novels that are written that help bridge what happens between that and point of which we see him in kind of the Solo film. A lot of that's kind of, I think it was in novels. There was basically he gets captured and he kind of flees, and then he has a thing between uh, him and Tyrannus. Assuming all that is canon, then this is the parts where he's free clearly after that, and it seems like he's back on Mandalore where we last left him, unless there are parts where this crosses over from the last, which is also possible. It would be interesting, and a lot of that kind of it's weird because there's some other timeline things as well. Like so later on we see Anakin and, well, to me quite clearly pregnant Padme, but in Revenge of the Sith we see the moment Padme reveals that she's pregnant to Anakin. So maybe it's Anakin's stupid and can't see that the person is having a relationship with is literally pregnant right in front of him. Or this is a retcon, or part of this is set after. Part of this is set after beginning of Sith, which would be even more interesting because I guess I always assumed Rangers of Sith happened over the period of days, but I saw a post there was someone that it actually happened over the period of months and of time jumps, which I guess is also possible. So I guess as possible, we might tread more into that territory. But yeah, this implies that Maul knows a lot about kind of has learned more about kind of. Oh, actually, I think no. So yeah, some of his dialogue in the previous season, he where he actually talks a lot about how he knows about the Clone Wars being very much a Sith-led conspiracy, and that they're playing both sides. So, and it's interesting because he's not one of the two kind of people actually orchestrating it. Got this kind of neutral party who's very aware of kind of the grand scheme of things. That was kind of interesting. Everyone's already commented on how I think it's this character here. I've only just started watching Rebels because I was like, okay, I need to catch up on I need to catch up on Rebels because Clone Wars is going to come out. It's going to come out in exactly a month, so God knows if I actually have time to catch up on it. Although it does beg the question of whether or not Disney Plus is actually revenue. But I have just started watching Rebels, and apparently this is meant to be Caleb. He's too small to see, so that was good eyesight on whoever spotted that. Although actually now look at it more closely, I think I see what the actual resemblance is there. And I probably budgeted the game as well because I've only watched the first couple of episodes of Rebels, so I probably haven't committed all the names to memory yet. There's a lot of shots of Obi-Wan looking very pensive in this trailer. Obviously Ahsoka's in it, and we do have Ahsoka after she's left the Jedi Order. That's Anakin in the last series, so I think his hair is actually grown longer. We're commenting on the hair growth of Anakin now. Anakin now. I don't know why I went Australian for a second, but that's what we're doing now. This part here where Rex mentions about how also I think the detail on the characters like has definitely improved. They've definitely shown. It's good because it shows the aged nature of the character from last we last saw them and the effects of war on it. I have a timer for this review, which is can I finish it before my ice cream melts? Um, but no, so it makes the animation look more modern and more kind of 2020 with the extra detail, but also makes the characters look like they've been through more war in the gap between here last season. So like that, and yeah, Rex has a line here about how clones have mixed feelings about the war. I think some of the most decent episodes of the Clone Wars were the ones where it was very much clone focused, and Bradley Baker does a fantastic job voicing. In some episodes, he's the only voice actor in the entire episode, and he has to voice the entire roster of cast, and it's fantastic. And you forget he's actually one person doing several voices. He's an immense job in this series, and he really lives up to it. But yeah, in the previous kind of episodes, was to explore kind of the clones. Actually, towards war was decent. I always felt with the Clone Wars, I always felt it lacked. It definitely told better stories than the prequels and a lot of the movies actually. It deepens a lot of character, and I think it just shows that Star Wars, and as much as I believe George Lucas is a visionary in terms of science fiction, he really wasn't the best writer of science fiction. He was more kind of just a general storyteller, and in the hands of much better writers, more depth was allowed to breathe in Star Wars, and I think the Clone Wars was showed that. I did always think it didn't always go to the potential it could have gone to, especially in some of the deeper areas. And there's some things that some kind of backed off at. I think there was an episode where they showed a rogue Jedi who was giving very bad kind of directions and not caring about if you know, clones died or not, and they just didn't go the extra further bit. That was always my issue with it. Sometimes it got frustratingly infuriating how we didn't go the extra bit. But it still was damn better writing than most of the films are. Empire and the Last Jedi apart. This is interesting. The five are first wearing orange helmets. Um, Seemingly kind of in I guess not homage. What's the word? Tribute to what's my ice cream melt? In tribute to Ahsoka. Kind of. I mean, I'm interested to see why. They all look very pensive, so presumably there's something serious about to go down. But I do dig the color scheme, if I'm honest. What I hope we see is okay. So this is something else I know happens in Rebels, but I've not actually seen it to kind of explore how Rebels executes it. So it might have already done this by flashback or other means. But I know in Rebels, Rex is there, and Rex is revealed to be one of the clones who not to follow Order 66. I hope we do explore that in a series, and I hope we do explore also how your ice cream's still here, Holly. How Rex and Cody's relationship changes because of Order 66. Yeah, the animation looks amazing actually. Like compared to early the Clone Wars, especially the movie The Clone Wars, and kind of a lot of the criticism on it. I didn't mind criticism. I've always believed it to be a stylistic choice. If anything, it seems to be very CGI manifestation of the 2D animated cartoon. But there's some criticism that the characters all look very wooden and kind of like mannequins, which I always thought was the point. But the animation here looks very good. Yeah, this part. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. I thought this was no, isn't it? I I think that's the Mandalorian Palace or whatever it was in the last series. Or maybe it's just another building and it's been up long. I've kind of forgotten what it looked. And yeah, like, I mean, this is at a time where he has a double-sided lightsaber. Someone commented in the group on the Facebook group that it's not quite accurate. Whether that's a stylistic or just a way they animated it or designed it. Oh, it's meant to be a separate lightsaber. I don't know. Last time we saw him in the Clone Wars, he was still dual wielding, not using a saber staff. We know in Star Wars Rebels he has a saber staff, and he has one in Solo. Maybe this is the first time we see it. But then this does canonically put it after he's captured, because it makes no sense for him to temporarily have a saber staff and then go back to having wielding a normal lightsaber and a dark saber. That's interesting as well. I recognize the explosion because there was an episode of one of the previous seasons where they had a very powerful weapon or a bomb or something and it exploded, and that's the color it caused, a very kind of bright colored thing. Maybe we're going to revisit some of that. Does that mean? I hope this means that's clearly a new character we're going to see. Character. Does this mean I've got to binge watch? No, have I got to binge finish Rebels in a month's time? Do I now have to also binge watch all of the 5.5 seasons of Clone Wars all over again just so I can remember some of the plot points? I hope they do a lot to kind of refer back. They can't possibly assume everyone who's going to watch this on Disney Plus has fresh memory of a series that ended, what, 7 years ago? 6 years ago, was it? It was a while back it ended. But yeah, those are my immediate thoughts on here, on this. I probably should see if I can recognize any planets really, but at this point, a whole bunch of planets look a whole bunch of other planets of Star Wars, and I guess no one really. Yeah, I mean, obviously Coruscant's quite recognized. Yeah, no, I do dig the extra detail in the characters. And I think they're gonna put a lot more story and tie-ins to the film here, which is what the series is really for. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Clone Wars. About to this Pixar short trailer that I've just been released, so I'll give that a quick gander and check that out.
Story of Terror, Pixar Short Films Collection, Volume 1. Would you like to hear the remaining 2 films?
No. So you just decided to interrupt my yeah, so I watched the Pixar trailer and then keep my eyes about to melt all over my table. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you.